Guys, as promised, today I'm gonna share with you the first lesson that I learned out of the book The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest. But before I get into it, I just want to give you a bit of a background why this book and why am I deciding to come and share it with you. What are my thoughts and what lessons am I learning, and maybe this can help someone that's maybe in the same situation or maybe a different situation, because this is it's actually gonna touch a lot of challenges that we are going through on a daily basis. It actually all comes down to the same thing. So I moved provinces into 2023. I changed jobs, and then things went well in the beginning, and not to say that it's not going well now. What I'm trying to say is that I started to notice patterns, the same things happening over and over in my life, and I said to God, I cannot what is this? I cannot repeat the same things over and over. Can you please explain to me or show me why these things are happening again? Because I'm not going down the same road again. And as the word of God is saying, once you start asking questions, you will find answers. He's saying, ask, seek, and knock. We know that verse very well, right? Ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened. And that is exactly what is busy unfolding in my life. And I feel that I want to share this, especially what I want to talk to Christian women. I want to talk to women that are feeling overwhelmed by life. That are feeling that they can't find answers. It doesn't matter how long you're praying, how many times you're begging God, and things are just not going your way. So you also want answers, but you don't know how to do it. And I don't know who this is going to help. What I'm doing is I'm opening up more and more, and God is giving me more and more answers. And I'm feeling that I want to be obedient as a vessel for Him to use me the way that He planned from the beginning, right? And so the first lesson that I learned is that this is in chapter 1. This is the book. So the first thing that we should all be aware of is there's nothing holding you back in life more than yourself. And I think most of us heard this before, but you're asking yourself, but how is it that I can hold myself back? Or like, what is it? What do you mean? And sometimes we get defensive and we're like, what do you mean when you say I'm holding myself back? Yeah? Then it says, if there's an ongoing gap between where you are and where you want to be, and your efforts close it are constantly met with your own resistance, pain, and discomfort, self-sabotage is almost always at work. So there's this chapter is outlining a few ways that you can sabotage yourself. That is always like when you're talking yourself out of things and you want to comfort yourself to say, I cannot do this thing because it's bad for me. I had previous bad experiences, so I'm gonna read the ways that you can sabotage yourself out of a situation where you know that you need to change, but you're having all the excuses why you cannot change. So the first way of self-sabotage is you use it as a coping mechanism, because you're telling yourself that okay, let me read it. Self-sabotage is what happens when we refuse to consciously meet our innermost needs often because we do not believe we are capable of handling it. So you feel that you're not capable of handling this new thing that you want to do, and so you talking yourself out of it, and then you justify it as is. And then it also comes, and it's almost like camouflaging itself as some kind of fear, like you went through something before, the fear of failure, the fear of being seen, and all those things. You're talking yourself out of it because you feel that if people see you, what are they gonna say? Like, for instance, me doing this now, this was a long battle that I had to fight, where I had to think that what are people gonna say when they see that you are talking on camera, you're showing your face, the fear of being seen, the fear of being judged. What are people gonna say about it? And then also most of the times it's coming with negative associations. Self-sabotage is also one of the first signs that your inner narrative is outdated, limiting, or simply incorrect. So it can be that you associating whatever it is, that you had a negative concept of. I'm gonna make an example, and it's also in this book, about money. The way we grew up with money. Money is actually the biggest challenge, and the biggest thing that's giving us stress, that's frustrating us, and we associate it with so many negative things. And I'm gonna read this part where it say, if your issue is that you want to be financially stable, and yet you keep ruining every effort you make to get there, you have to go back to your first concept of money. So the first concept is you grew up, ne? How did your parents manage their finances, for instance? More importantly, what did they tell you about people who had it, people who didn't? Many people who struggle financially will justify their place in life by disavowing money as a whole. So, like, for instance, I will say, in the way I started viewing money, or I viewed money all my life, was that money is scarce. We don't have money. My mom just have enough to give us, to make sure that we have food on the table, especially at month end, for instance. I had this misconception that all rich people are doing shady things to have a lot of money, and most of us are still having that belief. And I had to dig deeper into it, because of that belief, I keep sabotaging myself when I have a certain amount of money, right? And then also, in church we learn that money is the root of all evil, and we associate money with being evil. Now the thing is, what we need to start understanding is that money is a tool. Money is just used. Money, it doesn't have a personality. It's neutral. We're using it as a tool to better our lives. And so this is the type of things that I started learning in this book. And what I love here, also, before this it's gonna finish now, the video is gonna finish, it's saying, once you start recognizing the pattern, so you see that you find yourself in this loop, it's repeating itself, take a piece of paper, get clear what it is that you want, what it is that you're struggling with, and write it down on that piece of paper. If you want financial freedom, write down every debt that you have, everything that you're struggling with, whether it's the fear of being seen, or you feel that you're struggling with self-image, whatever it is. Write it down on a piece of paper. Get clear with yourself and get honest with yourself. Face yourself, face that thing that is keeping you back, in order for you to move forward. So that's the lesson for today, guys. I said a mouthful, but that is what I learned today out of this chapter. And then we'll chat again tomorrow. Stay tuned if you're a girl that wants to change your life for the better.